For 20 years, watching the World Cup meant adjusting your schedule for a few weeks of football. But in 2026, everything changes. 48 teams, 3 countries, 16 cities, and matches happening across multiple time zones simultaneously. If you have no idea when your favorite team is playing, or what time the final kicks off in your country, you are in the right place. Today, I am breaking down exactly when every single match starts, no matter where you are in the world. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button because we are your ultimate guide to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now, let me tell you why this video is absolutely essential. The 2026 World Cup is being hosted across the United States, Mexico, and Canada. That means we are dealing with multiple time zones, daylight saving differences, and a massive geographical spread. If you live in India, Pakistan, the UK, Europe, Australia, or anywhere else, figuring out match times can be genuinely confusing. But by the end of this video, you will know exactly when every match starts in your local time. Let us get into it. First, let us talk about the host countries themselves because this is where it all begins. The United States spans 4 main time zones: Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. Most matches will be played in Eastern Time, which is the time zone for cities like New York, Miami, and Atlanta. If a match kicks off at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, that is noon in Los Angeles, 1 p.m. in Mexico City, and 2 p.m. in Denver. The opening match in Mexico City will be at 2 p.m. local time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Time in the U.S. The final in New York will kick off at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is prime time for American viewers. Now let us move to Canada. Canadian fans will be watching matches in Eastern Time for Toronto games, and Pacific Time for Vancouver matches. Toronto is on the same time as New York, so if a match starts at 3 p.m. Eastern, it is 3 p.m. in Toronto. Vancouver is 3 hours behind, so that same match starts at noon Pacific Time. The time difference between Toronto and Vancouver is significant, and Canadian fans need to pay attention to which city is hosting the match. For our Mexican fans, the entire country is on Central Time during the World Cup. Mexico City, Guadalajara, and Monterrey will all be on the same schedule. When a match kicks off at 3 p.m. Eastern Time in the U.S., it is 2 p.m. in Mexico. This makes it incredibly convenient for Mexican fans, as most matches will be in the afternoon or early evening, perfect for watching after work or school. Quick pause: if you are finding this helpful, hit subscribe right now. We are covering every match, every time zone, and every story of this tournament. Trust me, you will not want to miss what is coming. Alright, let us talk about Europe and Asia. Now let us jump to Europe. If you are watching from the UK, you are on British Summer Time during the World Cup, which is 5 hours ahead of Eastern Time. So a 3 p.m. Eastern kickoff means 8 p.m. in London, perfect for evening viewing. For Western Europe, including France, Germany, Spain, and Italy, you are on Central European Summer Time, which is 6 hours ahead of Eastern Time. That 3 p.m. match in New York starts at 9 p.m. in Paris, Berlin, Madrid, and Rome. This is ideal for European fans as most matches will be in the evening. For Eastern Europe, including countries like Poland, Romania, and Ukraine, you are 7 hours ahead of Eastern Time, so matches will start later in the evening, around 10 p.m. local time. Now for our Asian fans, this is where it gets challenging. If you are in India or Pakistan, you are on India Standard Time and Pakistan Standard Time, which are 9.5 hours and 10.5 hours ahead of Eastern Time respectively. This means a 3 p.m. Eastern kickoff starts at 12:30 a.m. the next day in India, and 1:30 a.m. in Pakistan. Late-night football is about to become your lifestyle. For Southeast Asia, including Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia, you are 11 to 12 hours ahead, so matches will start in the early morning hours, around 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. local time. For East Asia, including China, Japan, and South Korea, you are 12 to 13 hours ahead of Eastern Time. A 3 p.m. match in New York starts at 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. the next day in Tokyo, Seoul, and Beijing. This is tough, but true fans will set their alarms. Quick question: which time zone are you in, and are you ready for those late nights or early mornings? Drop your country in the comments. I read every single one. Now let us talk about Australia and the Middle East. For our Australian fans, you are facing the toughest challenge. Australia spans multiple time zones, but generally, you are 14 to 16 hours ahead of Eastern Time. A 3 p.m. match in New York starts at 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. the next day in Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. You will be waking up before sunrise to watch your favorite teams. For fans in Perth, you are 11 hours ahead, so matches start around 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. For the Middle East, including UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar, You are 7 to 8 hours ahead of Eastern Time. A 3 p.m. Eastern kickoff starts at 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. local time, which is perfect for evening viewing with family and friends. Now here is something that catches a lot of people off guard, and that is daylight saving time. During the World Cup in June and July, most of the Northern Hemisphere is on daylight saving time, which means clocks are moved forward by 1 hour. But here is the catch. Not every country follows daylight saving time, and the rules can change. For example, most of the United States observes daylight saving time, but Arizona and Hawaii do not. So if a match is being played in Phoenix, Arizona, the time difference is actually different from other U.S. cities. Similarly, Mexico abolished daylight saving time in 2022 for most of the country, except for border cities. This means that during the World Cup, Mexico City will be on standard time year-round, which can create confusion when comparing times with U.S. cities that are on daylight saving time. Always double-check whether the locations you are comparing are both on daylight saving time or standard time, because this 1 hour difference can make you miss the kickoff entirely. So how do you actually keep track of all these different times without going crazy? Here is what I recommend. First, go to FIFA's official website and download the complete match schedule as a PDF. Then, create a simple spreadsheet or use a notes app on your phone. List all the matches you want to watch, and next to each match, write down the kickoff time in your local time zone. Color code them if you want. Green for matches you absolutely cannot miss, yellow for matches you want to watch if possible, and red for matches you might skip. This gives you a clear visual guide for the entire tournament. You can also set calendar reminders on your phone for each match, with alerts set for 30 minutes before kickoff. This way you will never accidentally miss a game because you got the time zone conversion wrong. Take 15 minutes this week to set this up, and you will thank yourself throughout the tournament. Now let me give you the key matches that you absolutely cannot miss, and when they start in your time zone. The opening match in Mexico City kicks off at 2 p.m. local time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. in the UK, 9 p.m. in Western Europe, and 1:30 a.m. the next day in India and Pakistan. The semi-finals will be played in the evening Eastern Time, so expect 8 p.m. kickoffs, which means 1 a.m. in the UK, 2 a.m. in Western Europe, and 5:30 a.m. in India. And the final in New York, the biggest match of the tournament, kicks off at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That is 1 a.m. the next day in the UK, 2 a.m. in Western Europe, 7:30 a.m. in Australia, and 5:30 a.m. in India and Pakistan. Plan your sleep schedule accordingly because you will not want to miss this one. One more thing before we wrap up. I highly recommend downloading a World Clock app on your phone before the tournament starts. Set up all the host city time zones, and you will always know exactly when matches are happening no matter where you are. Also, check your local broadcasters for exact match schedules, as they sometimes adjust times for television coverage. Bookmark this video so you can come back to it whenever you need a quick reference during the tournament. So there you have it, the complete breakdown of World Cup 2026 match times for every major region. Whether you are in the Americas, Europe, Asia, Australia, or the Middle East, you now know exactly when to tune in. Set your alarms, prepare your coffee, and get ready for the greatest show on earth. If this video helped you plan your World Cup schedule, please smash that like button and subscribe for more coverage. Drop a comment below telling me which match you are most excited to watch. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.